Imagine waking up each day with the power to transform your entire world. What if I told you that the key to unlocking a life full of possibilities, success, and fulfillment is not found in external circumstances or events, but within you? The way you see the world, the way you react to challenges, and the way you carry yourself through life all starts with one thing: your attitude. It shapes every experience, molds every relationship, and determines the direction of your journey. Now think about the times you've faced obstacles or setbacks. Did you see them as roadblocks, or did you see them as opportunities to grow? What if changing your attitude could change the way you perceive the world and ultimately, the life you live? In the next few minutes, we're going to explore how transforming your attitude can unlock the doors to a life you've always dreamed of. It all starts with the choice to shift your mindset, embrace challenges, and take responsibility for your thoughts and actions. This is not just about thinking positively. It's about embracing the power of attitude to fuel your success, your growth, and your happiness. Our perception of the world is heavily influenced by the attitude we choose to adopt. The way we see ourselves, others, and the situations we find ourselves in is shaped by our internal mindset. Attitude is a lens through which we interpret life, and the power of this perception is often underestimated. It affects every aspect of our existence, from the simplest interactions to the grandest ambitions. When we change our attitude, we shift the way we engage with the world, and in doing so, we begin to transform our lives in profound ways. At the core of perception lies the idea that we are not merely passive observers of life, but active participants in how we experience it. Our attitude influences the meanings we assign to events and circumstances. For example, two people may encounter the same difficulty, yet their responses can be vastly different. One might see it as an insurmountable obstacle, while the other might view it as an opportunity for growth or learning. This difference is rooted in their attitudes. The first person's negative attitude clouds their ability to see beyond the problem, while the second person's positive attitude opens them up to the possibility of overcoming it. The way we perceive our surroundings, whether as challenges or opportunities, directly impacts the course of our actions. When we choose a positive attitude, we train ourselves to look for solutions rather than dwelling on problems. This shift in perception allows us to reframe situations that once seemed difficult or overwhelming. Instead of seeing failure as a definitive end, a positive attitude enables us to view it as a temporary setback, a lesson to be learned rather than a defeat. In this way, our attitude becomes a powerful tool for resilience. It helps us bounce back from disappointments and persevere through hardships with a sense of hope and determination. Changing our attitude also influences the way we see ourselves. Self-perception is closely tied to our attitudes. A person who believes in their abilities and has a positive outlook on life is more likely to take risks and pursue their goals. They are not paralyzed by fear of failure, but are motivated by the belief that they can overcome challenges. Conversely, someone with a negative attitude might hold themselves back, doubting their potential and seeing obstacles as barriers rather than hurdles to be surpassed. The way we perceive ourselves directly impacts our confidence, self-worth, and our willingness to take action. By changing our attitude, we can change the way we see ourselves, empowering us to reach our fullest potential. The power of perception extends beyond just the individual. It also influences how we interact with others. A person with a positive attitude tends to see the best in people, fostering trust, cooperation, and empathy. When we change our attitude toward others, we begin to build stronger, more supportive relationships. A shift in perception allows us to see others not as threats or competitors, but as allies and partners in the shared journey of life. This change in attitude can be transformative, not only for ourselves but for those around us as well. Our perception also dictates how we experience the world on a daily basis. When we adopt a positive attitude, we become more attuned to the beauty and opportunity that surrounds us. We begin to notice the small joys and wonders that often go unnoticed. The laughter of a child, the warmth of the sun, the kindness of a stranger. These moments are present all around us, but our attitude determines whether or not we are open to receiving them. A positive attitude helps us cultivate gratitude, which in turn enriches our lives with greater contentment and peace. In many ways, perception is the starting point for all change. It is the foundation upon which we build our thoughts, behaviors, and actions. If we can learn to shift our attitude toward a more positive, growth-oriented mindset, we will begin to see the world in a different light. We will approach challenges with a sense of curiosity and openness, rather than fear or resistance. Our relationships will improve, and we will become more resilient in the face of adversity. By changing our attitude, we are not simply altering the way we see the world, we are transforming the way we experience life itself. Mindset plays a crucial role in determining the success we experience in life. It shapes the way we approach challenges, interpret setbacks, and perceive opportunities. When we develop a positive mindset, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities that we may otherwise overlook. A positive mindset is not about denying the difficulties of life or pretending that everything is perfect. Instead, it is about how we choose to respond to these challenges. By adopting a mindset that is focused on growth and optimism, we become more equipped to handle adversity and seize the opportunities that come our way. The concept of mindset can be understood through the lens of how we view challenges. People with a fixed mindset believe that their abilities and intelligence are predetermined and cannot be changed. They may see challenges as threats, fearing that failure will confirm their limitations. In contrast, those with a growth mindset believe that their abilities can be developed through effort, learning, and perseverance. When they encounter difficulties, they don't see them as a sign of inadequacy, but as an opportunity to grow and improve. This shift in mindset allows them to approach obstacles with a sense of curiosity and determination, rather than fear or frustration. A growth mindset empowers individuals to view failure not as a permanent state, but as a stepping stone on the path to success. Having a growth-oriented mindset allows us to embrace challenges rather than shy away from them. When we choose to face difficulties head-on, we start building resilience. Each time we overcome a challenge, we gain more confidence in our abilities, reinforcing the belief that we can handle whatever comes our way. A positive mindset fosters a sense of self-efficacy, the belief that we are capable of achieving our goals. This self-belief is critical because it drives us to take action. Without the belief that we can succeed, we are less likely to put in the effort required to reach our full potential. By adopting a mindset that believes in progress and improvement, we become more proactive in working towards our aspirations. Another significant aspect of mindset is the way it affects our perception of failure. In a fixed mindset, failure is often viewed as a reflection of one's inherent limitations, something that confirms the belief that success is not possible. However, in a growth mindset, failure is seen as an inevitable part of the learning process. Instead of giving up or feeling defeated, people with a growth mindset use failure as an opportunity to reflect, learn, and adjust their approach. They understand that success is not linear and that setbacks are simply part of the journey. This ability to reframe failure in a positive light is essential for long-term success, as it enables individuals to persist in the face of adversity and continue to grow. A positive mindset also influences how we perceive opportunities. People with a growth mindset are more likely to take calculated risks, try new things, and push beyond their comfort zones. They view opportunities not as rare or elusive, but as abundant and available to those who are willing to put in the work. This perspective allows them to stay open to new experiences and continuously expand their horizons. A fixed mindset, on the other hand, may cause individuals to feel limited by their circumstances, preventing them from seeing opportunities even when they are right in front of them. By choosing to adopt a mindset that embraces possibility and growth, we increase our ability to recognize and capitalize on opportunities. The power of mindset extends beyond personal success. It also impacts how we interact with others. People with a positive mindset tend to be more supportive, empathetic, and collaborative. They understand that success is not just about individual achievement, but about lifting others along the way. This mindset fosters an environment of trust and cooperation, which is essential for building strong relationships and creating a sense of community. By choosing to adopt a positive mindset, we not only improve our own chances of success, but also contribute to the success of those around us. In essence, our mindset is a powerful driver of our success. It determines how we approach challenges, how we react to failure, and how we view the opportunities available to us. By cultivating a mindset that is focused on growth, resilience, and possibility, we position ourselves for success regardless of the obstacles we may face. A positive mindset does not guarantee an easy path, but it does equip us with the tools and perspective needed to navigate the journey with confidence and determination. The mindset we choose shapes the life we live, and by embracing a growth-oriented mindset, we unlock our full potential and pave the way for lasting success. Our attitude towards others profoundly impacts the relationships we build and the way we interact with the world around us. The way we perceive and treat people often reflects back on us, shaping not only the dynamics of our relationships but also the energy we bring into our social circles and workplaces. A positive attitude creates a ripple effect, spreading kindness, trust, and respect to others. This, in turn, fosters stronger bonds and deeper connections, making it easier to collaborate, communicate, and grow together. The way we approach others, whether with openness, empathy, or understanding, sets the tone for the way those relationships unfold. When we adopt a positive attitude towards others, we are more likely to see their best qualities. Instead of focusing on flaws or shortcomings, we begin to recognize their strengths and potential. This shift in perspective allows us to appreciate people for who they are, rather than how they fit into our own expectations or needs. By focusing on the positive traits of those around us, we create an atmosphere of encouragement and support. People naturally respond to positivity, and this leads to stronger, more trusting relationships. When others feel valued and appreciated, they are more likely to open up, share their ideas, and collaborate in a way that benefits everyone involved. A positive attitude towards others also plays a key role in conflict resolution. In any relationship, disagreements and misunderstandings are inevitable. However, when we approach these conflicts with a mindset of respect and understanding, we can navigate them more effectively. A positive attitude helps us remain calm and composed, even in the face of tension. Instead of reacting impulsively or with anger, we are able to listen attentively, consider different perspectives, and find common ground. By fostering an attitude of empathy, we can better understand the emotions and concerns of others, which makes it easier to resolve conflicts in a constructive and harmonious manner. The ability to handle disagreements gracefully and with maturity is an essential skill in building strong relationships, whether in personal or professional settings. Another key element of positive attitude in relationships is the ability to support and uplift others. When we approach people with a mindset of encouragement and compassion, we become a source of strength for those around us. A simple act of kindness, a word of encouragement, or a listening ear can have a profound impact on someone's life. People are more likely to be motivated, inspired, and empowered when they feel supported by those they interact with. This is particularly important in the workplace or in team settings, where collaboration and cooperation are essential for success. By bringing a positive attitude to our interactions, we create an environment where people feel safe to express themselves, take risks, and grow without fear of judgment or criticism. Our attitude also shapes the energy we bring into a room. When we enter a space with a positive outlook, we unknowingly influence the atmosphere around us. Positive energy is contagious, and it often inspires others to adopt a similar mindset. This creates a collective sense of optimism, productivity, and motivation that benefits everyone involved. Whether we are working on a project, spending time with family, or participating in a social gathering, the attitude we bring to the table can influence the mood and dynamics of the entire group. By choosing to be a source of positivity, we help create a more uplifting and supportive environment that encourages everyone to perform at their best. The power of a positive attitude extends beyond immediate interactions. It also shapes the long-term nature of our relationships. When we consistently treat others with kindness, respect, and understanding, we build a foundation of trust that strengthens over time. People are more likely to stay connected to us and maintain their relationships because they feel valued and respected. A positive attitude helps to cultivate a deep sense of loyalty and mutual respect, which is essential for sustaining long-term connections. Relationships built on a foundation of positivity are more likely to endure through challenges, as both parties are invested in supporting and uplifting each other. By choosing to approach others with a positive attitude, we also foster a greater sense of personal fulfillment. The act of giving and receiving kindness, empathy, and respect enriches our own lives, creating a deeper sense of purpose and satisfaction. Positive relationships are not only beneficial to those around us, they also contribute to our own happiness and well-being. When we engage with others in a way that is uplifting and supportive, we strengthen our sense of connection to the world and to ourselves. The ripple effect of a positive attitude ultimately creates a more harmonious, compassionate world for everyone. In conclusion, our attitude towards others has a powerful and lasting impact on our relationships. By approaching people with positivity, respect, and empathy, we create an environment where trust, cooperation, and personal growth can thrive. A positive attitude fosters stronger connections, more effective communication, and healthier relationships, both personally and professionally. The way we treat others shapes the way they respond to us, and by choosing to adopt a positive outlook, we can transform not only our own lives but also the lives of those around us. Life is an unpredictable journey, full of both triumphs and challenges. While we can't control the events that unfold, we do have control over how we respond to them. Our attitude plays a significant role in how resilient we are in the face of adversity. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, learn from failures, and keep moving forward. The key to resilience is rooted in attitude, particularly the ability to maintain a positive and growth-oriented perspective, no matter the circumstances. When we cultivate resilience through a positive attitude, we develop the strength to face life's challenges with a sense of purpose, optimism, and determination. The first step in building resilience is learning how to deal with failure. Failure is a natural part of life, yet many people find it difficult to cope with. It can be disheartening, leading to feelings of frustration, self-doubt, and defeat. However, a resilient person views failure not as an end, but as a valuable lesson. They understand that failure is a stepping stone toward success and an inevitable part of the growth process. By adopting a mindset that sees setbacks as opportunities to learn and improve, we are able to approach challenges with a sense of curiosity rather than fear. Each failure provides us with the tools and insights needed to adjust our approach and move forward more effectively. This perspective allows us to bounce back stronger, more focused, and more determined to succeed. Resilience also involves the ability to maintain a sense of hope, even when things don't go according to plan. Life is often unpredictable, and we may encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable. However, a resilient attitude helps us stay grounded in the belief that, no matter how difficult the situation, we will eventually find a way to overcome it. Hope is a powerful force that fuels perseverance. When we maintain hope, we are able to continue moving forward, even when progress feels slow or uncertain. This sense of optimism allows us to navigate life's challenges without losing sight of our ultimate goals. It gives us the strength to keep going, even when the road ahead seems unclear or filled with obstacles. Another critical component of resilience is emotional regulation. When faced with adversity, it's easy to become overwhelmed by negative emotions such as fear, anger, or sadness. These emotions can cloud our judgment and make it harder to see a way forward. A resilient person, however, is able to acknowledge and process their emotions without letting them dictate their actions. By maintaining emotional control, we are better equipped to make thoughtful decisions and take constructive steps toward resolving the issue at hand. Emotional regulation allows us to remain calm under pressure, which not only helps us handle challenges more effectively but also inspires confidence in others. When we maintain composure in the face of adversity, we demonstrate strength and self-mastery, which in turn encourages others to do the same. Resilience is also about adaptability, the ability to adjust and find new ways of coping when things don't go as planned. Life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and the ability to adapt is crucial for overcoming obstacles. Those with a resilient attitude don't become rigid in their thinking or stuck in their ways. Instead, they are open to change and willing to try new approaches. When one path proves to be unsuccessful, they are not discouraged but are quick to pivot and find another route. This flexibility allows them to stay on course, even when faced with unexpected challenges. It's about recognizing that while we may not have control over the circumstances, we do have control over how we respond to them. A resilient person embraces change as an opportunity to grow and evolve. Building resilience through a positive attitude also requires a strong sense of self-belief. It's easy to feel defeated when things aren't going well, but having confidence in ourselves and our abilities allows us to persist, even in difficult times. When we trust in our own strength and capabilities, we are more likely to take bold action and confront challenges head-on. Resilience is not just about bouncing back from setbacks. It's about trusting that we have the inner resources to overcome whatever comes our way. This belief in ourselves fuels our perseverance, making us more likely to continue working toward our goals, regardless of the obstacles in our path. In addition to self-belief, resilience requires a sense of purpose. When we have a clear sense of why we are doing something, we are more likely to keep going, even when the journey becomes difficult. Purpose acts as a guiding light, helping us stay focused on the bigger picture. It reminds us that the challenges we face are temporary, and that the rewards of perseverance are worth the effort. A resilient person stays anchored in their purpose, using it as motivation to push through tough times. This sense of purpose also provides us with the strength to rise above adversity and keep moving forward no matter the circumstances. In conclusion, resilience is a vital quality that helps us navigate life's challenges. It is deeply rooted in our attitude, which determines how we respond to setbacks and adversity. By cultivating a positive attitude, we can build resilience, allowing us to approach difficulties with hope, determination, and flexibility. Resilience is not about avoiding hardship, but about developing the strength and mindset to overcome it. With a resilient attitude, we become more capable of facing life's challenges, bouncing back from failures, and continuing to grow and evolve. Resilience enables us to persevere through life's most difficult moments, ultimately leading to greater personal growth and success. Changing our attitude is a conscious choice, and it is one of the most empowering decisions we can make in life. It requires us to take full responsibility for how we think, feel, and react to the world around us. Often we become victims of our circumstances, believing that our reactions to situations are determined by external factors or by the way others treat us. However, the truth is that we have the power to shape our attitude through the decisions we make about how we interpret and respond to life's challenges. Taking responsibility for our attitude means acknowledging that we hold the key to transforming our lives regardless of the circumstances. At the heart of this shift is the recognition that we can choose how we think and respond to situations. Life does not always go according to plan, and we are all faced with obstacles, disappointments, and challenges. Yet, how we approach these difficulties determines our overall experience. By choosing a positive attitude, we take control of our mindset and prevent negativity from taking root. It means deciding to focus on solutions rather than problems, to embrace difficulties as opportunities for growth, and to view setbacks as temporary challenges rather than permanent failures. By taking responsibility for our attitude, we stop allowing external factors to dictate how we feel and begin to take charge of our emotional responses. Taking responsibility for our attitude also involves letting go of the habit of blaming others or circumstances for our unhappiness or difficulties. It's easy to point fingers at the people or situations that cause us stress or frustration, but this mindset only keeps us trapped in a cycle of negativity. When we blame others, we relinquish our power to change. The moment we stop blaming and start accepting responsibility for our thoughts and emotions, we regain control over our responses and begin to transform our experiences. This mindset shift is not about denying the challenges we face, but about accepting that our reaction to those challenges is within our control. In addition to taking responsibility, changing our attitude requires a willingness to shift our perspective. This is where the true power of attitude lies, in the ability to choose how we perceive the world. A person with a negative attitude may see a setback as a failure, while someone with a positive attitude sees it as a learning experience. A negative mindset often leads to a fixed view of the world, where problems seem insurmountable and success feels unattainable. However, by consciously shifting our attitude, we open ourselves to a more expansive view of the world, where challenges are seen as opportunities for personal growth and where our potential is limitless. One of the most powerful aspects of taking responsibility for our attitude is the recognition that it is a lifelong process. Attitude is not something that can be changed overnight, nor is it a one-time decision. It requires daily effort, practice, and self-awareness. There will be times when negative thoughts arise or when we feel overwhelmed by circumstances, but the key is to recognize these moments and consciously choose to redirect our focus. This requires discipline and commitment to maintaining a positive mindset, even when it feels difficult. Over time, these small shifts in attitude add up, creating lasting change in the way we view the world and respond to life's challenges. Taking responsibility for our attitude also means being accountable for our emotional well-being. Often, we place our happiness and sense of fulfillment in the hands of others or in external achievements. We believe that if we achieve certain goals or if people treat us a certain way, we will feel happy or successful. However, this external approach to happiness leaves us vulnerable to disappointment. By choosing to take responsibility for our attitude, we understand that our happiness and fulfillment come from within. We learn to cultivate an internal sense of peace, joy, and gratitude, regardless of external circumstances. This inner resilience allows us to maintain a sense of well-being even during times of stress or difficulty. Another aspect of taking responsibility for our attitude is the realization that we are the architects of our own mindset. Our thoughts are not random, they are influenced by our beliefs, experiences, and choices. When we take responsibility for our attitude, we become more intentional about the thoughts we allow ourselves to entertain. This involves consciously choosing to focus on positive, empowering thoughts rather than allowing negative or self-limiting beliefs to take over. The more we practice positive thinking and shift our mindset toward growth, the easier it becomes to maintain an optimistic outlook, even in the face of adversity. Ultimately, changing our attitude is about empowerment. It is about recognizing that we have the ability to shape our lives by changing the way we think, feel, and respond. While we may not always have control over the events that occur, we always have control over our attitude toward those events. Taking responsibility for our attitude allows us to move from a place of helplessness to one of strength and self-determination. It is an ongoing process of self-reflection, growth, and conscious choice, but it is also one of the most powerful tools we have for transforming our lives and achieving success. When we take responsibility for our attitude, we unlock the potential for positive change and create a life that reflects our truest desires and highest aspirations. Transforming your life through a shift in attitude is not just a one-time change, It is a journey of self-discovery that unfolds over time. As we move through life, we inevitably encounter moments that challenge us, make us question ourselves, and push us to our limits. However, it is in these moments of difficulty that we begin to understand more about who we truly are, what we stand for, and what we are capable of achieving. The process of changing your attitude is intrinsically tied to this journey of self-awareness and self-acceptance. It requires introspection, a willingness to face our fears, and a commitment to growth. In the end, transforming your attitude is as much about discovering your true potential as it is about changing your external circumstances. The first step in this journey of self-discovery is to begin recognizing the ways in which our current attitude may be holding us back. Many of us develop certain thought patterns and beliefs over time, often influenced by past experiences, societal expectations, or the opinions of others. These beliefs can shape how we see ourselves and the world around us. Some of these attitudes are limiting, restricting our potential by convincing us that we are not good enough, not capable enough, or that success is unattainable. Recognizing these limiting beliefs is the first step toward dismantling them. It involves taking a hard look at ourselves and questioning why we believe what we believe. Is it based on truth, or is it simply a result of fear or past failures? By identifying these internal barriers, we create the space needed for change. Self-discovery through attitude transformation also involves identifying our strengths and acknowledging the progress we have already made. Often, when we face setbacks or challenges, we become so focused on our shortcomings that we fail to recognize our accomplishments. We overlook the resilience we've demonstrated in the past, the skills we've developed, and the lessons we've learned. A key part of the journey is learning to appreciate our own growth and progress, no matter how small it may seem. This process of self-appreciation helps build the self-confidence necessary to take on new challenges and change our attitude toward future obstacles. When we see ourselves in a more positive light, we are more likely to believe in our ability to succeed. Alongside self-appreciation, attitude transformation requires the willingness to embrace and learn from our flaws and mistakes. We often fear failure because it exposes our weaknesses, and yet, failure is often the most powerful teacher we have. When we change our attitude toward failure, viewing it as an essential part of growth rather than a reflection of our inability, we allow ourselves to learn from each experience. It is through facing our weaknesses and mistakes that we discover new strengths and capabilities. Embracing imperfection is a crucial part of the self-discovery process. It frees us from the need for perfection and opens us up to the possibility of becoming better, more complete versions of ourselves. Another important aspect of transforming your attitude through self-discovery is recognizing the role of external influences in shaping our mindset. From family to friends to the media, there are countless external factors that influence the way we think about ourselves and the world. While it is important to be open to feedback and learn from others, it is equally important to cultivate an internal sense of validation. We must become the ultimate authority in our own lives. By developing a strong sense of self-worth and trusting our intuition, we can better navigate the outside world and avoid allowing external opinions to define us. This is especially crucial in a world where comparisons and external validation are prevalent. True self-discovery requires learning to tune out the noise and trust in our own path. Self-discovery is also about expanding our understanding of what is possible. When we transform our attitude, we begin to see opportunities and potentials that we previously overlooked. We start to understand that we are not bound by our past mistakes, our current circumstances, or our limitations. We are capable of achieving more than we often give ourselves credit for. This shift in perception allows us to aim higher, take more risks, and step outside of our comfort zones. It is through this expanded vision of what is possible that we unlock new potential within ourselves. The world becomes a place of infinite opportunities rather than a place filled with obstacles. By changing our attitude, We begin to live with a greater sense of purpose, curiosity, and possibility. Throughout this journey, patience is essential. Transformation takes time, and while the desire for immediate change is strong, real progress is often gradual. It is easy to become frustrated or discouraged when results don't appear right away. However, the key is to remain committed to the process, understanding that growth is not linear. There will be setbacks and challenges, but they are part of the journey. By embracing this truth, we cultivate resilience and learn to trust the process. Each step, no matter how small, brings us closer to a transformed attitude and a deeper understanding of ourselves. Ultimately, self-discovery through attitude transformation is about embracing the fullness of who we are. It is about breaking free from the constraints of limiting beliefs, past failures, and external validation. It is about learning to trust ourselves, appreciate our progress, and embrace both our strengths and our flaws. This journey of transformation requires courage, patience, and a deep willingness to grow. The more we commit to this process, the more we uncover our true potential and begin to live a life that aligns with our truest desires. As we change our attitude, we change our lives, unlocking possibilities and opportunities we may have once thought unattainable. In conclusion, transforming your life through a shift in attitude is one of the most powerful and transformative actions you can take. It begins with recognizing the power of perception and the way we view ourselves and the world around us. By adopting a positive mindset, we not only change how we react to challenges but also open ourselves to new opportunities for growth and success. This journey of self-discovery, fueled by a commitment to personal growth, resilience, and the courage to embrace failure, paves the way for a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and achievement. Remember, the journey is gradual and requires consistent effort, but each small step toward a positive attitude brings you closer to unlocking your full potential. I wish you the best of luck on this transformative journey. May you continue to embrace every challenge with an open heart and a growth mindset. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on these thoughts and for your dedication to bettering yourself. Keep moving forward and never underestimate the power of a positive attitude in changing your life.